Θα ήθελα να καλωσορίσουμε την Βασιλική Μαυροκέφαλου, καλή φίλη από την Expedia. Η Βασιλική είναι η Director Market Management για την Ελλάδα, την Κύπρο και την Ανατολική Αδριατική της Expedia και θα μας μιλήσει When the traveler wins, we all win, empowering partner success in the universe of travel. Βασιλική, the floor is yours.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Thank you. I will do my presentation in English because we have people in the room that do not speak Greek. So first of all, I want to thank Web Hotelier Prime Alres for the invitation. They are great partners to us, and it's a pleasure to be here with you today. As far as Expedia Group is concerned, our mission is to power, or I can see my, okay, to power global travel for everyone, everywhere. And we are not new in the travel space. We operate in the industry for more than 25 years now. We own some of the most well-known travel brands in the world, like Hotels.com, Expedia, Vrbo, Trivago, and others. And we partner with millions of travel providers around the world, aiming to offer to our travelers unparalleled choice when it has to do with travel products and services. So when we think about what makes Expedia Group unique, I would call out a few things. The first one is the 25 plus years of data that we have available, the more than 1 billion trips that have been booked through our platforms that allowed us to gather that data. That is, for those of you that can actually understand the number, around 70 petabytes. So to put this into perspective, if we were talking about Netflix shows, we would need approximately 140 years to watch. And as an industry, we know that travel is very, very exciting, and it's an opportunity to experience the world and make memories. Nevertheless, at the same time, travel can be very complicated, and shopping for travel can be complicated and overwhelming for the traveler, from shopping to booking and so on. Travelers need to take a lot of decisions, take a lot of considerations. And what we are trying to do is make the process smoother and more enjoyable for everyone. So last year we announced innovative solutions that would help us remove the friction from the whole process for the travelers. And we announced trip planning, price tracking, smart shopping, and One Key. And this year we also added some features in the other parts of the funnel. And I'm very excited today because I will share with you where we are and what we are aiming to do in the upcoming quarters. I will start with price tracking. That is a feature that we created to actually increase the confidence for flight bookings. So what we do is we track the price of the flight when a customer makes a search, and then we compare it with historical data that we have in Expedia, and along with artificial intelligence and machine learning. Simply put, we predict how that flight price is going to evolve in the upcoming weeks and months. So we give the travelers the confidence to know when to book, when is the right time for them to book. And since launch, we have more than 3 million travelers that have been registered to those price alerts. So it's a very strong message for us that it is useful to them. And I will briefly touch upon One Key, that is our unified loyalty program. So for the first time, we bring Hotels.com and Expedia loyalty program together, and we also bring a loyalty program to our brand Vrbo, which is specifically for vacation rentals. So our travelers are able to book in multiple brands, different travel products, gather rewards, and then spend again in different brands and different travel products that we believe is quite unique for the industry. Now we'll also touch base on trip planning. While I'm talking, you can also see how how the feature looks like. So we created trip planning to change the way travelers engage with us because we want to be more than a booking engine, and we are actually moving up the funnel to be the place where travelers can save favorites, they can collaborate, and they can interact while creating their full itinerary. There are competitors who offer something similar like Triple, but in order for the traveler to actually do what they can do with trip planning, they need to change different sites. They need a lot of manual workarounds, while with trip plan, they can do this having a seamless experience. So since we launched, we have seen an incredible response from travelers. As you can see, customers that actually use trip plan, they convert 3 times more. They also are 3 times more likely to purchase multi-items, a lot of different products and services in our platform, and they also have 4 times more the likelihood to come back and book with us using trip plan. But most importantly, orientating our shopping experience around a trip gives us also the opportunity to do merchandising, to cross-sell, or also urge customers that we know are interested to make a specific trip with different notifications and so on to proceed into booking. Then the next feature that I would like to talk to you about has to do with packages. I'm sure you all know that Expedia is not new in the space of package, so we give the opportunity to our travelers to book in one reservation multiple products like flights, cars, hotels, and so on. What we are doing, though, now is simplifying the process. In the past, it needed 7 clicks. Now, the experience is going to go down to 1 click, and we also increase a lot the bundled packages so that we serve different types of travelers that want to book this type of reservations. So what we are aiming to do is to make Expedia the best place to book a package, and we are launching pretty soon. Then we have Smart Shopping that helps travelers to get a decision by comparing options and understanding pricing of different room types and rate plans. And I'm sure you are all travelers yourselves, so trying in an app, in an endless list of properties or in an endless list of room types and rate plans to actually decide which one to book, that's not an easy thing for the traveler. So what we are doing is changing the user experience so that it is easy with attributes-based shopping to unbundle the features and what is included in each room type and rate plan so that the travelers can make a choice easier. And what we have seen also is that the easier we make it for them, the more upgraded room types or rate plans they book. Also, what is interesting to call out is that we do exactly the same for flights. So the team is now working on the user experience. We will be launching within the year, and actually the customers will be able to choose different fares and also choose the things that are important to them, like, for example, seat selection or adding luggage, and so on. And they will be able to compare among different carriers. So you can see both for hotel and flight on the screen. And looking ahead, we are also expanding the hotel smart shopping that I mentioned before into the post-booking space. And we will offer the ability to upgrade the room or purchase add-ons after the customer actually makes a booking. And this expansion is important for our partners as well, because this is opening a whole new world of additional revenue opportunities. And with our newly announced chat GPT search, we are also leading the industry in artificial intelligence, and we make it easier for travelers to book. We also know that when travelers are visiting our platform, 40% of them do not have a destination in mind. Right? So that said, some of those searches don't fit in the boxes of a specific location or a specific date. So leveraging the 70 petabytes of travel data that we have, as well as machine learning and artificial intelligence, this allows us to engage with travelers in a very different way. And we have the ability to give recommendations and reply to simple questions like, when it's a good time for me to go in this city, or I'm in Madrid and I want to go in a city nearby, what is the city that you suggest? And we have actually expanded a step further, and when a customer, after the virtual conversation with chat GPT, kind of locks a destination and they get recommendations, we transfer those recommendations in trip planning that I showed you before. So customers, they can plan the trip, see the recommendations on hotels, on destination activities, flights, and so on, seamlessly without them having to recreate it from scratch. Now, we know that the travel shopping journey is complex, and I talked to you about what we are doing to enhance the user experience, but we also surveyed our customers and customers that did not book through Expedia Group, so that we see how they react throughout various stages of the travel booking path, how they get inspired, how they research and plan, and how they finally book. So I will share some of those with you today. So starting from how travelers get inspired. Most travelers, as I mentioned to you before, aren't set on a specific destination, and 59% of travelers did not actually have a specific destination in mind or have considered multiple destinations before they go on a trip. So this is a critical opportunity for destinations as well as travel brands to engage with travelers early in the stage and earn those bookings, especially if we think about the whole process that is 2 months long. And travelers turn to social media for inspiration and recommendations. That is top of mind when we talk about this phase. And of those that use social media in their path to purchase, 3 out of 4 use it for inspiration because they want to hear real examples from people that have experienced a destination, a hotel, or an activity. And social media is a very effective platform for sharing and consuming those authentic stories. And travel advertising can also be extremely influential, especially at the start of the travel shopping journey. Globally, nearly 1 in 5 travelers said that advertising influenced their decision to book a trip. And if you are wondering what they mean by that, 52% have been influenced by beautiful images, 46% by promotions or deals, and 41% by interesting experiences. And now moving on to the research phase. Throughout the research phase, they are using even more resources than before. So nearly 3 out of 4 travelers used search engines like Google for research, along with meta travel websites and social media. And destination websites and OTAs were also among the top research resources. As travelers shop around and compare options, hotel and transportation websites or apps have also been visited, but in smaller scale. So to better understand how OTA and supplier sites are used, we also asked travelers about cross-shopping and cross-research. So after visiting a hotel or airline website or app, about 24% of travelers visited or are most likely to visit an OTA. And many travelers actually do this to compare options. So if they are considering a specific hotel, they are visiting an OTA so that they compare with other hotels in the destination and actually see if they get the best available option out there. And at the end of the consideration window and prior to booking, travelers move to the planning phase. During planning phase, they are mapping on all the trip details. They make things a bit more specific and they consider the final options. So in this phase, you will see that OTAs become the top online resource for travel planning with meta travel websites closely behind. And travelers also use car, hotel, and vacation rental websites or apps as well. But this kind of illustrates also how travelers are using these online resources to help further narrow down their options in key details like location, price, dates, and activities they want to do in the destination. And price and easy-to-use websites are top factors when travelers are choosing where to plan and book. And other considerations include also transparent or no hidden fees, positive previous experiences, access to various payment options, even ratings and reviews, and many more, as you see in the screen. Now, getting into the booking stage, 78% of travelers had prior booking experience with the website they booked on. And actually, among the travelers who are members of a travel rewards program, 79% feel it's important to book with a brand where they are a loyalty member and they can gain points and perks and discounts for future stays or future trips. And 58% of loyalty members actually said that they are willing to pay more to book with a brand with which they can actually, they are a loyalty member of and they can actually gain loyalty points. And 12% of them said they are willing to do so even if the difference is significant. Now, we asked survey respondents about a recently booked trip and found that the average path to purchase or trip consideration window when a traveler started the search until they book for hotel guests is around 69 days, with 32 days in the inspiration phase and 37 days in the research and planning phase. With an average path to purchase that is more than 2 months. I mean, all travel brands and travel providers have an opportunity to influence that guest, right? So there's plenty of time. And 59% of hotel guests, again, because what I mentioned before was related to guests that booked all the travel products, but 59% of hotel guests did not have a destination in mind and considered multiple destinations before they take their trip. And when asked about their most recent trip, more than half of travelers booked in an OTA, 37% booked on an airline website or app, 23% booked on hotel website directly, and 13% booked on a vacation rental website or app. And it's important to note that some travelers booked multiple trip elements in different travel websites, something for everyone to consider. So the potential for booking across different websites or resources further emphasizes also the importance for your brand to be showing up in all different channels, not only in the channels that you own. Flexibility and pricing are very important considerations still for the guests. 29% said that flexible cancellations were one of the most important things that influenced where they booked travel. And 73% are interested in price discounts and deals especially for Travel Rewards program members. And 56% of hotel guests indicated that OTAs were among the most helpful resources when planning and booking their trip. Basically, for what I mentioned before, because it's easy to compare and narrow down the options and so on. And 17% said that hotel websites were one of the most helpful resources. 60% of hotel guests also booked their trip on an OTA, which was higher than the average of the 51% that had to do with all travel booking sites and all travel products. So most travelers use OTAs for research, regardless of where they book. Right? And nearly 2 out of 3 visited an OTA during their journey before making their purchase. And the reason why I keep repeating that is not to say that, you know, OTAs are dominant or OTAs are the most important source. But what I'm saying is your digital presence in OTAs, a strong website, a strong app, great content, great competitive rates, help you as businesses that operate in travel to have a very strong digital presence, great images in social media, advertising, campaigns, all these things actually are going to help you stand out and succeed in the very, very competitive landscape of travel. And that is all from me. Thank you for listening.